Driver, anybody? Hello? Because I'm ready to take off and be driven. Let's go! BMW 520d. Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to the good old Beamer. Well, BMW promises that the recently launched 5 Series is even better, and the good news is that there's no facelift planned until 2020, meaning before you're even thinking of buying one, I'm telling you, it might have a decent resale value. But before we talk about money, honey, let's take things slow. After all, it is our first date, because today I've teamed up with Motorized. If you're looking for a brand new car in Switzerland, you came to the right place, because you might just get yourself a very good deal. Under the bonnet, we've got 2 liters, 4-cylinder twin-turbo diesel engine which produces 190 horsepower and a torque of 400 Newton meters. BMW claims this is one of the cleanest and most efficient diesel engines available on the market today, and one tank can get you as far as 1,000 plus kilometers. But of course, all good things do cost money. The motorized version 520d is worth 80,000 Swiss francs, but you can get it for 62,000. Still, it is a little bit of money. Is it all worth it? Well, come with me, we're gonna find out. And just look how posh is the cabin of the 5 Series, the quality of the materials, the finishing top notch. Get the 360 degrees camera, the infotainment system iDrive. I always say the iDrive is one of the best infotainment systems available on the market. You have the high resolution touchscreen, but you can also operate the system using the swivel here if you don't like the sticky fingers. Plenty of storage here. Overall, absolutely lovely. When you're buying an estate car, you want it to be practical, you want it to be spacious, but it also means it's going to be pretty big, just like the 5 Series is. However, as soon as you hop into this car, you very quickly forget about its size, because it handles very well. It is also very quiet. Yes, diesel is not always evil, it can be nice and quiet. It gives you this very smooth, relaxing ride. The 8-speed automatic transmission comes as standard in all 5 Series, and the shifts are smooth, they're very relaxing. However, when you put it to sport, oh yes, they suddenly become nice and short, and actually the car is a little bit more fun to drive. There's a little bit of a rattle coming through, but not much. What else is happening in a sport mode? The suspension stiffens and the steering becomes much sharper, and then you know it's a good old BMW, because BMW ladies are famous for listening to your hands. The car absorbs most of the bumps and imperfection on the road. That is because it's got an air suspension fitted at the rear. However, if you fancy bigger wheels, of course it's going to get bumpier. But then all you do is just get yourself adaptive air suspension, and pretty much you're floating on the cloud. But the reality is you'll be buying this car because it's a relaxing cruiser, perfect for long distance journeys. And why? Well, because the car essentially drives itself. It's fitted with all the latest safety systems, driving assistance, the adaptive cruise control with automatic braking, lane keeping assist. I mean, you name it, you just don't have to do much. The motorized version is pretty beefed up, but of course, with BMW, you can make it all much juicier. The sky is the limit as long as your wallet is, and knock yourself out, get yourself anything you want and make it into a dream car. Well, what about the petrol consumption? BMW is claiming 4.9 liters. Well, wasn't that a little bit of a lie? Let's be honest, a car of this size, car with this sort of luxury and a decent performance, it's not going to use 4.9 liters. Come on, BMW. But I'm getting only 6.9 liters, which I consider a very, very good result. Very economical, very luxurious. I mean, what else do you need? When I see you, what you're going through, with your head stuck in the... Just look how much clutter I can carry. So pack your bags and off you go. Well, now that you see me my third outfit within 5 minutes, I think it's time to wrap things up. So what are my overall thoughts on BMW 520d? Well, I think it's such a lovely car, but that's just not good enough, because we're gonna get down to nitty-gritty, and that is called a ranking. We've got 4 categories. We're ranking from 1 to 5, with 1 being boo and 5 being bellissima. Category number 1, reliability. Well, it's difficult to say if you're driving a car for a couple of days, couple of weeks. However, I've got the very same engine in my own car, and 3 years on, living, breathing, loving it. You just have to be this unlucky single-out bugger if you have a problem with this kind of a car with this kind of engine. So I'm gonna give it solid 5, but you know the fine print. Category number 2, design. Well, it is an estate car, and I think it's one of the nicest looking estates out there. Clean lines, very elegant, very sleek. So I'm gonna give it 5. Category number 4, fun factor, well, it is an estate car and it's got 190 horsepower, so there's no crazy bonanza going on here. And I'm gonna give it a 4, but I bet I'll be singing a different song once I get my hands on that M5. Last but not least, category number 4, and that is value for money, and I think, just kidding actually, I think it's that, and I will tell you why. Because initial price, instead of 80,000 you're paying 62,000. This car uses less than 7 liters of fuel, diesel of course. It's got a great resale value. We do love our bimmer estate in Switzerland, so don't you worry about that. It's practical, it's got lots of space, it's got all the systems that you need, so without a doubt, definitely a big 5. So have you paid attention to my initial question? And that was, is it all worth it? And I'm gonna say, oh yes. And on that note, I'm gonna say goodbye. I hope you have enjoyed the short video. Thank you very much for watching. A big thank you to Motorized. I hope there'll be more videos coming like this in the near future, but because I don't promise, I deliver. We shall see. You have a lovely day, whatever it is that you're doing, and I will see you well when I see you. Bye.
And I hear about your problems, you know you can't fix what's not